Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business, no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. So please remember that Notary Educators LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Now sit back and watch Kimmi and crew, and don't forget to subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Yeah, I forgot who I was, y'all. Actually, in case you did not know, I changed the name of the channel recently. So we're going to let YouTube notify everyone that I am live. And then we're going to just talk about some things. You know, I always got a story. Some things happened today. The weather is horrendous where I'm at, but I'm not complaining because I'm enjoying my snow day. So whenever you are watching this, I don't know if you got a snow day going on, or if you got a summer day going on, but whatever, the information is still applicable. All right, so welcome. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to do its thing. Welcome to those on the replay and those who will listen to the podcast, okay? So how is it going today? How is it going? Is the weather bad where you are? I'm in Georgia, but I'm your #1 notary educator. I teach all 50 states, and pretty bad here today. So yeah, I had to turn down the notarization. Let me write down what I'm talking about, because I've been and forgot, because I do go off track. I turned down the notarization today. Actually, 2. And the second one was because of the weather. Okay, we're going to talk about both of them. So, how's it going? Welcome. And some of you may not even be in a position to watch this. I mean, I know we got fires going on in California. We're praying for everyone, everywhere. The winter climate is happening here in Georgia. I mean, it's just a lot going on, people. It's just a lot going on. So I understand if you cannot make it live. I understand. But I'm going to you know, we're going to still have our conversation today. And hey, Ava, how are you? Hey, welcome everybody. So we'll get right into it. Those who are joining can go back and catch it, because I have an actual live mentorship tonight. Tonight we are talking about how to certify a copy in the mentorship program. If you don't know how to certify a copy, even if your state says you cannot, have you actually read the handbook? Do you understand it? Because I have somebody right now. Hey Lisa, what's up, girl? I'll see you shortly in mentorship. Yeah, I have a person right now that thinks that they cannot do a certified copy. So that's why it's so important to read your handbook, because you may think, oh, I cannot do something, and not knowing what your handbook says, you could be costing yourself money. This is not what I came on here to talk about, but I'm going to tell you anyway right quick. When I first started, I had an elderly lady that had a power of attorney. She had a driver's license. It was 10 years expired. 10 years. She must have been probably 80-something, and her ID was expired. So I told her daughter initially, hey, I can't do it. Mom's ID is expired. Well, did Kimmi read her handbook? I did. I read it cover to cover, but I just didn't recall that. And what I should have did, because it had been a moment since I had started, I should have went back to look at my handbook to see what it said. That's what I should have did. That would have been proper protocol. Hey, everybody, welcome. But because I didn't do that, I told her daughter, I said, hey, I can't do this notarization. Well, why would I say that not knowing what my handbook says? So can you accept an expired ID in your state? Do you know the answer to that? I did a whole video on that before. So I'm going somewhere with this. So I almost cost myself $100, because that's what I was charging for that particular job, because I was telling her, no, I cannot accept mom's ID. But in my state handbook, it does not say that I cannot take an expired ID. It has to have certain pieces of information on there. See, Patricia's saying absolutely not. But are you saying that because you're saying no, or because you know what your state handbook says? Some handbooks say you can take an expired ID up to 5 months. Some say you can, 5 years rather. Some say there is no expiration. It just has to have certain features like my state, okay? So I say that because I almost cost myself some money. I don't want you costing yourself money because you don't understand what your law says. You're misinterpreting what your law says. So if I ask you, can your state, can you do a certified copy, and you tell me straight up no, but you don't actually know if that's factual or you read the law incorrectly, then you're costing yourself money because your clients will need to have a certified copy. Why? And we're going to talk about this in class tonight, but I'm going to give you a snippet for you. I'm going to give you a snippet right now. That's how I do. But your client might need a certified copy. They may be traveling. Okay? That may be one reason. It's a lot of different reasons why your client may need a certified copy. If you just straight out saying, no, I can't do that, then you may be costing yourself money. Okay? And that's the whole point of this. So number 2 is, I want to talk, what I came on here to talk about is why I turned down a job today. I had 2 that I turned down. One of them, the first one is why I really want to talk about it. So this is a scenario. I've had it before. I talked about it on here before, but it happened again today. I had a client. He has a child. The child wants to go and live with one of the other parents, right? The parent called me and said, hey, I need my child to sign this document for the attorney. I need you to notarize it for the child. Mom doesn't know. Okay? I hate these kind of cases. I don't like these kind of signings. I just don't, because I am a woman and I would be livid if someone took my child, and I don't know the circumstance. That's what I told the dad. I don't know. I don't know all your business. I don't even want to know. But I just don't do those type of notarizations in my business. Okay? Now, is there anything wrong with notarizing for a minor? Not per my state and probably not per your state. Minors do receive documents. You just have to know the process. I've notarized for many minors, okay? Many minors. A lot of them, okay? But I don't do these particular transactions because they just don't align with my values. And what is that? Because the guy asked me, he said, well, what do you have to do with it? I mean, you know, what business is it of yours, basically? And he wasn't mean about it, but I just told him, I said, well, I don't particularly like to get into these type of cases, you know, because mom doesn't know, and that's what he said. Well, I'm getting a child under this circumstance, under that circumstance, and I just don't like them. I just do not particularly care for those type of cases. So he was cool. Like I said, I told him straight up I wasn't going to do it. Now, I did have a referral person for him. I had 2 actually. And when it happened before, I have a person that he doesn't mind doing those type of jobs. You know, it doesn't bother him. For another mother, she might say the same thing I do. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. You know, and again, it's up to each person. In and of itself, like I told him, it wasn't anything wrong with the transaction. And actually, it was another point in this story too. It was one more. I'm telling you, I can tell y'all stories all day long. Another point with this one was he took it initially to UPS. So guess what UPS did? Did they do it correctly? Did UPS notarize this document correctly? Put a 1 if you think they did. Put a 0 if you don't think they did. Did UPS notarize the document correctly? Now, I knew what to do but didn't want to do it. Did UPS do it correctly? Tell me. Tell me, guys. Did they do it correctly? Just what do you think? He had to take this letter back to his attorney. Did they do it correctly? Yeah. Tell me. Did they do it correctly? They didn't. They did not. So what should they have did? They should have notarized the child's signature. The statement was from the child, not the father. But UPS didn't know that. And that's okay. They're not trained. Okay? They're not trained. Like most of you aren't trained to do the heavy stuff. You may be a work notary. You may have just got your commission and you don't know what to do. So is that your fault in and of itself? No. But by the same token, do we need to know what we're notarizing out there? Yeah, you do. That's what people are paying you for. So in this particular case, he could not get the document notarized. He could not.